And tonight we have an update on the pool defect called concrete cancer that's plaguing Central Texas pools and making them unusable. It's put pool builders and concrete providers out of business and left thousands of families footing the bill to fix their pools. The KVUE Defenders continue to dive deeper into this problem. Darenisha Heron is in our studio tonight with more. Darenisha?
Hi, Quita. Back in April, we were the first news outlet to report on the impacts of concrete cancer, also known as ASR, on pools here in Central Texas. Up until recently, many people did not know about it, and quite frankly, many of those impacted say they are not getting help from anyone. The mayor of Lakeway says he wants to change that for his residents by easing the financial burden as much as they can.
This backyard in Lakeway looks like perfection. But the pool is quickly turning into an ugly situation.
Up the middle of the spa, and then we have crisscrossing inside of the spa at this point.
Deborah Connor's 2-year-old pool is cracking, failing, and will eventually be unusable because of alkali silica reaction, also known as ASR or concrete cancer. Experts say this defect is possibly impacting thousands of Central Texas pools built between 2017 and later.
This is a real problem, and at least as a municipality, we can help our residents.
Lakeway Mayor Thomas Kilgore and the Director of Building and Development, Aaron Carr, says like most people, they heard about ASR a year and a half ago from residents.
It became more frequent, and then at a recent community event, I had a number of residents who saw that I was addressing it with one of their neighbors, and suddenly I had a small community outreach program.
Kilgore says after meeting with engineers, pool builders, and manufacturers, they learned roughly 80 to 100 residents in Lakeway could have pools with ASR. You cannot fix this defect. The only option is to demolish the pool and rebuild if you choose.
We as a city can amend our ordinance.
On Monday, Lakeway City Council will hear those proposed amendments to make that process a little cheaper for those impacted by reopening existing pool permits instead of charging the $1,050 fee and possibly waiving some inspections.
There's an inspection they shouldn't need to really have, which is a pool barrier or a fence inspection. The barrier should already be there.
It's a small dent in Connor's price to rebuild. She says she paid about $160,000, and experts say the entire process could cost double or even triple the original cost. But she's happy someone is stepping up and at least trying to help.
It's devastating when you've built something, spent a lot of money on it, and then it fails, and you're stuck without a way out. The insurance companies seem to pass you from the pool builder's insurance to the concrete insurance, and you're just stuck in the middle.
Kilgore hopes other cities will follow their example and educate and help where they can. You may be wondering what causes this issue in the first place. I've spoken with many experts who say it has to do with defective concrete mix. There are hundreds of active lawsuits to figure out who started this problem. Mayor Kilgore says this might be an issue for legislators to solve, but he is looking to see if there are any rules the city can put into place to make sure this issue doesn't happen again. If you or someone you know has been affected by ASR or concrete cancer, you can text the KVUE Defenders by sending a message to the number that's right there on your screen. It's 512-459-9442.